Hi class, let's take a look at example 3. And example 3 deals with a distribution that is bell-shaped, not standard normal. And they want us to find the probability that if somebody is selected, they're gonna have that as an IQ score. So let me declare the variable. So in this case, let x equal to having a nice IQ score. And then the probability of x, it's going to be technically less than or equal than 120, and then greater than or equal to 110. Now, I'm not going to standardize the data. I'm just going to go directly to the shortcut. So in this case, let me just clear it up. This one's going to be a normal CDF. The lower bound is 110, and the upper bound is 120. Now, we do have to use the new parameters. That's going to be 100 and then the values of 15. And actually, I just seen a typo. The unit are part of the IQ. So this one should just be IQs. And let me run it 110 to 120, 115. Please evaluate that and let's compare what we're getting. So this one is giving me 0.16 13 rounding to 4. So 0.16 13 which is approximately 0.16. So for this one, this is actually sufficient. I do need you to tell me the code. So in this case, the actual code is normal CDF from 110 to 120, and then the mu will be 100 with 15 as the values of sigma. So we typically just put the code on the side since it means nothing in statistics. And let me double check. 110, 120, 115, that's it. 0.16% chance that a subject has an actual IQ score of 110, in between 110 and 120. They're not asking for any sketches, so we're not going to do what we did on the previous one, provide a sketch of those. So all they want is for us to evaluate the probability. Now, let's take a look at the second one. And in this case, they're actually asking for the probability that the IQ score is less than 90. Since we already declared x, I can just jump ahead, and in this case, it'll be the probability that x is less than or equal to 90. And this one, as you run the code, technically, you're gonna have to use a very large lower bound. So I'll select negative 1,000. And then upper bound is 90. Do not modify mu and sigma. And the probability of that would be 0.25. So this is approximately 0.25. Actually 25. If we round to 4 decimal places, 0.25 is fine. And let me just double check. Large value, we technically need a very large value because it says less than. It stops at 90, 115 for that one. That's it. Once again, they don't want actual sketches, so all they want is the probability. Last one, greater than or equal to 123. So in this case, we're just going to say the probability of x is greater than or equal to 123, which means that as we run the actual normal CDF, we're going to start at 123, a very large upper bound, and then run it. So in this case, I'm getting that this is approximately 0.06 26, so 0.0626, 0.06. Let me double check. 0.06. That would be it. I do want to see the code if you're doing this for the next exam. So on the side, you would just actually give me the code. So in this case, normal CDF, and we're using 123, a large value, then 115 as the lower bound. I'm just boxing them in because it's not part of the evaluation of the probability. On the previous one, the actual code was normal CDF, with negative large value to 90 and then 115. So those were the codes that we used. If you're working these on the homework, most likely they're gonna just want you to use the calculator. No need to basically do what we did on this previous problem where we standardized a data set. In addition, they're not asking us for us to provide a sketch. So if they just want the probability, that is sufficient. Everything technically is being done with technology.